coast to coast. All right, fellas. It's been a while since we talked about Quayle's favorite sport, the NBA. Quayle, did you look up that trade that I sent you? What's going on with? I mean, OJ. As much as I hate to admit it, OJ's probably right. Yeah, OJ's probably right. They got their one ring, so everything else, they just want to feel competitive, make their revenue, keep fans coming in. They're not caring about another ring, which is what it looks like with that trade. What do you think about that?
I just thought that they don't have any bidders that wants just doesn't want just second round picks. They don't, they everybody wants the first round pick. So the only people that was going to do anything was Washington to help them. And what they should have did is they should have traded Westbrook back for all them dang pieces they gave him in the first place. They should have got Kuzma back and Montrezl Harrell and all them people that they traded for Westbrook.
Which basically, this trade turned out to be a bust anyway. I mean, I don't think that Westbrook has given them anything worth what they gave up for him. If they was going to get anybody from Washington, they should have got John Wall, but at the time he was still there. But, what can you do?
Right.
What else is going on? I mean, who's winning, who's losing? I mean, who cares? I mean, it's not the playoffs, right?
At least not yet.
It's been a dogfight out there. It's been a dogfight in the
in the East or the West, or both.
The West.
I'm about to say I just seen the Grizzlies just lost to the Lakers, or not Lakers, but to Golden State by 2 points. Morant was trying to ball, but if he can stay healthy, that team would be all right. That's his biggest issue. But I guess that's everybody's issue, right? Because if Zion can stay healthy, New Orleans be cool. If Morant can stay healthy, the Grizzlies would be cool. I mean, Durant was hurt for a minute too, wasn't he? I was about to say he was out. Yep.
He's still hurt.
He probably ain't hurt. He probably just don't care. Get that check anyway.
Number one spot.
Get the check anyway, right, Tony? You get hurt, you still get paid.
That's right. If you're on the roster, you good.
How your boys doing down there in Miami, OJ? Butler and the boys.
I really don't know. I ain't been watching it. No, basketball to tell you the truth. But Orlando, they've been on a little win streak. That rookie's starting to heat up.
Quayle, anything new to report about your Timberwolves? I mean, are they winning? Because I know one of their pieces got hurt.
Playing. Right? They freaking Karl Anthony Towns old soft stuff hurt. Still hurt.
That's Street Clothes Junior.
They're talking about maybe making some trades since this deal ain't working out. Which I told these fools, why would you pick up this Rico dude Gobert? And he been getting hurt.
Defensive player of the year. They thought he was all that in a bag of chips.
And that boy Karl Anthony Towns, I don't know when he's coming back. He should have been back by now. This is crazy. How was Anthony Davis back and Karl Anthony Towns ain't back? Now you in trouble then.
Well, anybody got anything else before we get to the man's game? I didn't think so.
No.
Denver's center probably going to win MVP for the third time in a row.
That's ridiculous. All right, let's get to it. I'm not going to get loud about it because I don't have to. But I told every last one of y'all that Cincinnati was going to go up to Buffalo, hit them in their mouth, and roll over them fools. And that's exactly what they did. I told y'all. I think Tony was the one that said, well, they got that emotional ride. It's going to be something. I said it ain't going to matter. And it didn't.
Sure did.
Hey, man,
they got smacked, punched, rolled up on their own field. Hey, look, the Buffalo want to toss, and they like, we want to kick. Joe Burrow was like, "Give me the damn ball, I'm gonna score."
He
And that's
sure
exactly
did.
what he did. 2 drives in a row. I told y'all. Look, I didn't think I'd ever say this, but Kansas City better be scared.
Yes. Yeah.
They
Because
beat
them
them 3
boys,
times in a row.
because Zach Taylor got them boys looking good.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they look good. They look strong. Both sides of the
They
ball
beat them
too.
3 in a row already.
Yes, they have. And we don't know what the health of Mahomes is gonna be because that ankle looked pretty bad on Sunday. And if he ain't 100%, I don't give him a chance. I don't care if Cincinnati's line is beat up. You see, it didn't matter against Buffalo. They was like, so what? Let's bring up some boys from the practice squad. And Joe Burrow still only gonna get sacked 2
Yeah.
times.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Here's
a
the thing.
limited-
Here's the thing about the Bengals. One thing that I gotta say though, they might go to the Super Bowl again, but if they don't shore up that line, they're gonna get exposed by either this defensive line from Philly or from San Francisco, like what happened what happened with the other team that they lost to that's irrelevant now. What's the team that Stafford played for? The Rams, yeah. Because they was eating that man alive out there.
But they still almost won the Super Bowl.
They still almost won, but you can't.
Couple different calls by rookie coach Zach Taylor. They would have won that Super Bowl. I think he made a couple bad decisions, but that's neither here nor there because it looks like they might be going back.
If they see San Francisco, it's going to be a long day for Joe Burrow. They got to see San Francisco's line.
That'll be Super Bowl 1988, OJ, Cincinnati and San Francisco, the Icky Shuffle with Boomer Esiason and Joe Montana.
Yeah.
That's a blast from the past, baby. You young bucks don't know nothing about that one.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not at all. I wasn't even born.
Not at all. Nope.
Buffalo, they really haven't been the same since. I really don't even know. I mean, it was before Hammond got hurt because they didn't look like. I mean, they had already lost not 2 straight, but they were looking really suspect against some weak teams.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, OJ, correct me if I'm wrong. It's like, they was bragging in the off season, actually the last 2 off seasons, about how they're building their defense or how they building their team to beat Kansas City. But lo and behold, did they forget there was another 13 teams, 12 teams in the AFC that had something to say about it?
Yeah, well, they forgot about Cincinnati. They were the AFC champ. And they just proved that they were right the first time. They meant to be champ.
Like I said last week, well, and you can tell me if I'm wrong or not. I don't. Even if you tell me I'm wrong, I'm not going to care. But I said last week that Josh Allen doesn't scare me against you as another team or as another coach. Does he scare you? Because to me, he's not. He's the AFC version of Matthew Stafford. He got a good arm, but he's going to make some mistakes to keep you in the game, right?
But he can run, right? He's got the legs.
I think. Yeah, that's
Stafford
what
doesn't have the legs, bro.
Stafford don't have the legs, but Josh Allen's legs are not going to win you the game like Lamar Jackson's is. He might get you a first down. He might get you a couple quarterback sneaks, but he ain't about to break the game open with over 200 yards rushing. Number one, it's bad when your quarterback is the leading rusher on your team and you got 2 running backs that are supposed to be good in Cook and Singletary.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. You're right. He doesn't have that quarterback threat.
But you forget he comes from Carolina. That's the same way they was using Cam Newton. He had McCaffrey in the backfield. And he was still doing that inside the red zone.
Yeah, well, you need to get another method of winning because obviously he's not getting it done, especially when you got a quarterback like Josh Allen. To me, should stay in the pocket. I mean, you got 2 running backs because Singletary was, what do you say, OJ? He was all world last year and the year before. This year, he really didn't. I don't even know if he hit 1,000 yards.
But you know what the difference is? I hate to say it, but their OC is in New York. That's why Josh Allen is reverting back to the old him. When they just turn the ball over, where they got Stephon did.
I don't think Josh Allen's as bad as Kirk Cousins.
Heck no.
Well, we know there's nobody as bad as Kirk Cousins that's left in the playoffs. So.
Right.
I'm just letting you know. I mean, he's all right, but
All right.
he could. I don't know. I think he's almost one dimensional. He needs to learn to check down. He has a problem with that, and I don't know what other quarterback had that problem. Well, Aaron Rodgers.
Patrick
Aaron Rodgers.
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes, yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes checks down now. He
He
did
does
have
now,
that
but
problem.
earlier in his career, he thought it had to be deep or nothing.
Yeah, and that's what we're dealing with Josh Allen. If he don't got that deep ball, then he start having problems where he tries to force it or he tries to run it a lot, and and that's what happens.
Hey Tony,
Can't beat you with
the commentary crew kind of referred to Stephon Diggs as a TO. I guess they said they seen some kind of heated exchange on the sidelines because Josh Allen wasn't throwing the ball or he was open and he didn't get it to him.
He's like, I was open. He was yelling at him while Josh Allen was looking at his prompter. His iPad, I mean.
I missed that one.
He was yelling at him saying, I was open. And then he walked off the field, and then he didn't talk to reporters after the game either.
That can blow up a team real fast.
Yeah.
'Cause then
Not
you get
only
the
that, but
quarterback.
you're supposed to be a leader, a vet,
Right.
somebody that the team looks up to. But you're
Yep.
gonna do that? Don't pull a Randy Moss and walk off the field with 10 seconds left to go in the game. No, let me quit. But,
Oh, leave Brandon alone. Straight cash, bro. Leave him alone. He was proven though. He proved
Yes, he
himself
was.
out there.
Yes, he was. Diggs is proven too, but that kind of
Yeah,
messes
yeah.
with your character, especially these days.
It does. It does. And the last thing you want to do is get in your quarterback's head that far where then he gets tunnel vision and he's looking for you every time and then stops looking for everyone. We've seen that happen.
I was about to say, ain't that what they said the problem was with Odell Beckham and Cleveland with Baker Mayfield? And after he left, it was pretty much still the same thing, so it wasn't his fault.
Yep.
But
Yep. Yeah, you can't be acting like that. You're the captain. I get the passion and all that, but you got to check that down a little bit. Pull your quarterback to the side. Have a conversation. You ain't got to be all like that because it's just going to mess up the whole
especially don't make it in public. And
right.
And as a star receiver, because I know they've all done it. Irvin, Moss.
Yep.
There be a couple of different Bryce. They've been decoys. They because you're the big boy, you're the star with all the numbers, that the other receivers are gonna be open more, and you have to be able to digest that and say, okay, I'm drawing 3 defenders, so you can be open. I mean, you got to learn how to humble yourself.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep. Frustration and all that stuff piled up on him and stuff, but you got to learn how to deal with that. You should. I mean, he's been in the league long enough. You should.
Yeah, if I can let him go because he's talking to Kirk Cousins. I get it, but yeah, there's a better way to go about it.
Yep.
You just quietly ask for a trade.
And there's very few receivers out there that are not going to say they don't want the ball.
That's true.
All right, Tony.
What?
Is Dak ever going to win Dallas Super Bowl?
Who? Ever? That's a tough question because not anybody, but good quarterbacks who are able to make the transition after they failed some, they have the capability or the capacity to turn around. Will they? That's a whole nother question. In this case with Dak, he's talented. We all see it. He just can't string one together though, not a full game and not when it's needed, especially in the playoffs. The exception of the wild card weekend. Yeah, he has the potential to. Is he going to do it? Jury's out, man. Jury's out. I don't know. I can't really say.
OJ, your boy Skip Bayless calls him middle of the pack Dak. Claims he threw his jersey in the trash because he ain't rooting for the Cowboys no more. What you think?
He's a Cowboy fan through and through. He'll be back. He was just frustrated.
Do you think Dak can win them a Super Bowl with the right coaching and personnel?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I I said just like Woody, Damian Woody said on ESPN. That's just not the guy that y'all keep trying to make him Tom Brady, and he's not that guy that can overcome. He's going to be the guy that you put pieces around, and then with those pieces, he can accomplish the goal. That's what the problem is. They want him to be that guy, but he's just a guy. He's not the guy.
I would get Mike McCarthy up out of there. That's the first thing I do.
I don't think McCarthy was the issue this year.
You don't think?
No, because if you look at the numbers, they won more games. They almost won the division. I mean, if not for Philadelphia winning 10 straight, I think he did a way better job of coaching and clock management than he had the first 2 years that he was there. McCarthy's not the problem this year. You just got a lack of a running game, receivers that are dropping balls, and then, Jerry in your ear hollering and hooping about this, that, and the other instead of you letting you do your job. I think Mike McCarthy did a good job this year. I wouldn't be surprised if he got fired, but I do think he did. I do think he did a better job this year, though. And I'll go on record as saying that I don't think Dak will ever win a Super Bowl. Anyway, Quail, what's up? What you think?
I think that Dak. I mean, he can get it done. He just gotta be on the right. He's Matthew Stafford. You just gotta.
Now,
get on the street.
You said he'll never win a Super Bowl. Now, you think you do that for Dallas, or is that just any other
He
team?
can get a win. He'll win a Super Bowl.
No, he's talking to me. He ain't gonna win one.
Yeah, he ain't gonna win one at all.
He ain't gonna win one. I don't think he has. Even when he has the pieces together, because when he was like in his second or third year, he had the pieces to get there, and he just didn't do it.
Yeah, he did.
Right.
Yeah.
But Tony, do you think that? I mean, because Philadelphia, to me, really still has not played no good team. Do you think that this team that as Philly stands completely healthy right now is a well, of course they're a Super Bowl contender because they're in the NFC Championship. But do you see them beating San Francisco? Because San Francisco is probably the toughest. I mean, of course, they're the only other team left, so they are the toughest team. But to me, the Giants wasn't no competition, and who they played all year wasn't no competition. But I mean, we ain't got control over the schedule. Now they're about to go up against a top 5 defense, an offense that has a lot of weapons that can keep them off the field for a long time. So, what's your take on this one?
Well, I mean, it's like with anything in sports. When the scheduling favors one team over another, they play the teams they play. You're right. Their strength of schedule wasn't as strong as everybody else, right? But they're counted out until they actually prove themselves. Do they have a shot? Sure, okay, they made it to the NFC Championship. There could be a path, but I think San Francisco is going to beat them. I picked San Francisco to go to the Super Bowl, so I'm sticking with my pick. So it's San Francisco over Philly all day.
I think Philly got a good chance because they seem to galvanize around that quarterback for some reason. I mean, I don't think he's that great, but he's good enough. He's a leader of troops. He's decent at everything: running, throwing, moving in the pocket. So
OJ, you said defense wins championships. Who do you see having a better defense in this game? Let's not even worry about the offensive side of the ball right now. Who has a better defense, Philly or San Francisco? And you say numbers don't lie, but
Philly's going to surprise a lot of people. Philly is going to win. I don't.
Okay.
I'm go ahead and put it out there. Philly's going to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And they might play Kansas City. I don't know. A lot of people trying to put Cincinnati in the Super Bowl. Even I did that, but I was like, have you ever been seeing Patrick Mahomes' interview of lately? He's like licking his chops or whatever. Like he's gonna show everybody. So,
all right, since we all didn't pretty much pick the San Francisco Philadelphia game, I'm gonna start with you, Eric, on the Cincinnati Kansas City game. Who's your pick and why?
Oh, well, I got Cincinnati going to the Super Bowl. I think that Zach Taylor's got them on a roll, and they have been, and they beat Kansas City 3 times already. I think it's gonna be a 4th.
You know,
Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase.
I'm tired of I'm tired of people pointing out this beating Kansas City 3 times in a row. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Quell. But in one of those losses, which was at the end of last year, didn't Kansas City sit half their dang team? That last game of the season. All the starters did not play.
Yeah,
okay.
But they people are emphasizing the playoff game they lost. When they count the 3 games in a row, they're counting that game at the end of last season. They're not counting just playoffs.
Oh, that's going to be a tough game. I mean, the Philly game is going to be tough too, but I picked KC. KC is going to win that game because I believe Mahomes is going to be the general that he is of that squad. They're going to stick to, they're probably going to come out early and establish somewhat of a run game and then start scorching them deep. Bengals is not going to go down without a fight, trust me. But I think that KC is, they got a chip on their shoulders because they've been, the headlines, they lost last 3 times. They're about to lose. Mahomes hurt. And it's like, okay. He's taking notes. He's taking notes, and he's gonna show everybody something. I think this weekend. I really think that Kansas City is gonna just remain the steady, poised team that they are. They have been pretty much all season. They're gonna pull this one out.
I'm kind of torn on this one because one day I say Cincinnati, the other day I say Kansas City. I'm just like Vegas right now. I keep changing my allegiances. But I don't know. I'll be hard pressed with the way Cincinnati is talking trash. They call it Arrowhead, Burrowhead now. And they're gonna beat them, like y'all said, 3 times in a row. I think they're giving Kansas City too much bulletin board material. I think Kansas City come out on top. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Kansas City because them young boys need to step down a peg. We still a champ. That's what I need to tell them.
Well, we got 2 Kansas City, 1 Cincinnati. Where you going? You going with Joe Cool or you going with Patrick Mahomes boy?
I'm gonna say Patrick Mahomes out of desperation. I heard something that made me think that, hey, this dude, if he don't win this, he gonna turn into Aaron Rodgers, where he won Super Bowl and get into these AFC championships because he's going to 5 in a row.
How does Aaron Rodgers feel? I mean, not Patrick Mahomes, but Joe Burrow has been to a Super Bowl and he might go back to a second one, and he ain't even been to 2, and he's almost 40. So. But I guess it's time for my pick. Cincinnati's looked good over the last month of the season and the playoffs. They talking about Chase is on the case and all that. And I think the one thing that sticks out to me number one, I'm sticking with Kansas City because that's who I picked to win the Super Bowl to begin with. Although San Francisco got something to say about that. But the other thing is, like y'all pointed out, they've beaten Kansas City 3 times in a row, and it's Burrowhead and stuff like that. I think I know a stat, or not a stat, but a quote that Patrick Mahomes has in his head that they've been saying all year ever since last year. You can't do it without Tyreek Hill. How's Tyreek Hill's absence gonna fix the dynamic of this offense? And they're in the AFC Championship without Tyreek Hill. So I think that's another reason why, as OJ called it, bulletin board content that's in the back of Patrick Mahomes' mind is, I don't got Tyreek Hill and I'm still in this championship. He's sitting at home. So I'm gonna go with Kansas City too, mainly because I'm a big Patrick Mahomes fan, but I will give Joe Burrow his respect because, as everybody but Tony knows, because he wasn't on the show yet, I gave Joe Burrow a hard time coming out of college. I said he was going to be a flop. He wasn't going to do nothing. He proved me wrong, didn't he?
He's a really good quarterback.
He is.
Yes.
I mean, that whole class of quarterbacks That's why I mean I ain't saying the NFC is soft, but the AFC got more. They got better quarterbacks. I mean they got Lamar Jackson, they got Joe Allen. I mean he's at the bottom of the barrel for me, but they got what's his name over in San Diego, Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
They got they got that boy in Pittsburgh. I forgot Kenny Pickens. I think his name is.
Yeah,
Pickens.
Yep.
I mean he's pretty good.
It's just the
Russell
NFC
Wilson
has
when he's
more
on his
complete
game.
teams. No, man, Russell Wilson's trash. Now, don't even start with
You
that.
gotta say that. That's why I said it.
That boy is trash. He is hot garbage this year.
If I had to pick between Kansas City and San Francisco,
Ooh.
which is my two picks, that'd be a tough one.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
I'd probably say I just want to see a good game because at that point,
That'd be
I
an
wouldn't even
offensive game, probably in the 40s, because
because San Francisco actually has a defense.
well, that's true.
Yep. KC has a pretty good D, but San Francisco's got a crazy D.
But KC's got Patrick Mahomes. Like that's
This is true.
We already seen that in the regular season, and KC destroyed them.
sure did.
But that was earlier though. In the
They did
season,
not
wasn't
destroy him. It was like a one touchdown win.
Ooh, nah. Maybe they made it look good. I mean, Kansas City was going up and down the field on them boys.
And that was also Garoppolo. Another reason why Kansas City or the Philadelphia actually might have a chance is because this kid hasn't lost a game yet and he don't know what it's like. It'd be the wrong time to lose now. I'm still taking San Francisco because Philly got to prove something to me. Philly or San Francisco, they play some tough people. Seattle was a tough out. Dallas wasn't no punks because even though they didn't do what they were supposed to do and win the game, Dallas still had a tough defense that had Purdy on the run all day.
Yeah, I mean, that messed that game up. I'll just go ahead and say it. Because Dallas should have beat them. Because they made the rookie look like he was a rookie. The defense did their job. But then the offense turned the ball over. You can't turn the ball over in the playoffs.
No, you can't. He hasn't turned it over yet. Actually, I think he threw one pick, but it didn't come back to bite him, did it?
Yeah, I don't think they scored on that pick.
Hey, Quell, who's winning the East in the NBA? Is it Boston or Milwaukee?
Boston. Who's winning the East right now? Who's gonna win it?
Who's winning it right now?
Boston.
No, they always lead during the year. It's that postseason they need to worry about.
No, yeah,
Right.
Boston.
Jason Tatum was hurt too.
They the Peyton Manning of the NBA. All them regular season numbers.
Mm-hmm. Just like Phoenix, same thing every year.
In the West, always win in the West, but can't never get over that hump.
Since we talk about basketball again, you know what the pleasant surprise was about that Nets Philly game last night?
What?
We actually saw some fighting in Simmons last night. He was in double digits last night.
I forgot that
Believe it or
dude was
not.
even playing.
Me too.
Yeah.
I thought he took a hiatus.
I was about to say Ben who?
Whoa, I'm just now looking at the standings. Seriously, what's up with Golden State? They have injuries or something? They down there with the Timberwolves.
I don't know, but they
they
beat
just got Curry
Draymond's
back.
hurt.
they beat
They
Memphis.
just got Curry back.
Oh,
Oh, and he's the whole team.
Curry?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is basically.
Him and Clay
So
I
Thompson.
was being sarcastic.
what about Peel? Peel, Thompson,
And Poole. What about Jordan Poole? I
Poole's
thought he
been
was the
doing
man.
okay.
right.
Thompson is too streaky. He's up and down.
I told you I was
Poole's
going to be
good
like
now.
that when he came back from that injury. Like, he wasn't going to be the same. That's that same. And, he's a decent player, and I don't wish injuries on nobody. But that's that same fool that said that the Golden State team that lost to Cleveland in the championship that year, that won 73 games, gonna say that team was better than the Showtime Lakers.
The Bulls. Oh, the Lakers.
He said the Lakers and the Bulls.
Yeah, I thought he said the Bulls. I'm like, he was smoking.
Yeah, he said
rocks.
both of them.
He was smoking rocks.
I had seen an article. I forgot who it was. I think it was it was B.J. Armstrong. They had asked him about it like a couple months later on a podcast. I don't even remember which one it was. And it was like, what do you think about Klay Thompson saying that their 73 win team was better than y'all's 96 Bulls? He said, it don't mean a thing without the ring. I was like, that's what's up.
Mic drop. Mic drop.
Quill, you ain't got no rant for us today. I mean, we already know Kirk Cousins was going to choke when we said that, but you know.
3-yard pass.
Hold up, though. What was that? You know, we're talking about that last play. We're talking about that last play in the Dallas game. What the heck was that last play Minnesota was trying down on the goal line? What was that? Was that supposed to be a quarterback sneak?
Should have been.
Oh, was it a fumble or something?
No, they went for it on 4th down and didn't get it.
Yeah, it was. And I thought they fumbled or something. Maybe not. But yeah, no, I don't know what they was doing, but you never put it in Kirk Cousins' hands. You know better than that. Come on,
I agree.
Well, unfortunately, because he's a quarterback, it's always in his hands. But
you could do something else. And he didn't even throw it down the field. Everybody's like, "What was that? That is what I thought he was." Now, I told y'all. I told y'all, idiots. Y'all thought
Tony,
that
I
Kirk
actually watched
Cousins
the
don't do something.
I actually watched the whole Dallas San Francisco game. And Dak Prescott, he actually didn't do that bad. He did make some mistakes that he shouldn't have made. That was Kirk Cousin-ish. But, I mean, if it wasn't for the defense, they wouldn't have been in that game. But Dallas's defense did what OJ said they was going to do and made Purdy look like a rookie. Fortunately for him, he got the coach that his dad was a great Mike Shanahan. He was able to adjust and bring the game back down to what he knew he could manage. He did what he was supposed to do, and they won the game. So I have to give Dak a little bit of credit, but at the same time, he did make some throws that shouldn't have been made, especially that pick on the 50-yard line. That one was stupid because he threw in the double coverage. But yeah. So.
Wow, I gotta say, I remember calling that. I said both the Vikings and Dallas was gonna bite the dust in the weeks that they did. I just knew it. I don't trust either one of them at quarterback. I just don't. Neither one of them can win the big one. So it's like, they gotta until they prove differently.
What did Skip Bayless call him? Middle of the pack, Dak?
Yep. Indeed.
And here's the thing, I like Dak actually, you know, despite the
I do too, but it's like
hanging out things, but he's just average. He's a good quarterback, but I don't know if he's the one. To your point earlier, he's got to have the right people around him at the right time for him to really excel. I just don't see him.
Well, the problem was something I tried to tell OJ 4 years ago. When they gave Zeke all that money, that was the beginning of the end for me right there, because I knew putting your money into a running back was not going to bode well. They needed a receiver. They needed some better offensive linemen. Like you say all the time, OJ, you can't get yards if you ain't got nobody to block for you. Everybody ain't as good as Barry Sanders at making cuts. So I guess we'll see what happens on Sunday. Like I said, this is the part of the season that I don't like because it's getting ready to end. They just need to take a month off and come back. Let's go. Y'all can play one game a month or something.
He'll be hurt every day.
Or act like they was. Cause y'all know dang well Matthew Stafford was not hurt for no 8 weeks. He just didn't want to go back in there.
Aaron Rodgers to the Jets.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That is not going to happen. Number one, he makes too much. Number two, he ain't going to want to go there because they got a worse team than he already got.
Right.
Hey, but you know the Jets just hired Patrick today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's their OC. Nathaniel Hackett, the coach for the Jets, that was at Denver. And you know that's.
Oh wow, they did hire. Yeah, I thought I heard something about that.
Yep.
Hey, what y'all think about San Diego firing their offensive coordinator instead of the coach?
I would have fired the coach.
I
Sorry,
would've fired
you went the wrong way around with that.
Well, to be fair, let me find it.
Well, he ain't got no excuses.
The OC is the one who calls the plays, right?
That's true.
That's true.
But did y'all see
but
Staley was being all
overall.
cocky about it? He was like, yeah, I was never worried about my job being in jeopardy.
Wow, yeah, I saw that.
Wow. Oh yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah. He put his head on the chopping block.
He did.
Dodo.
Of course, he would say that after the offensive coordinator gets fired.
He probably one that told. He probably one that said something. Well, he the one that called the plays. I don't know. I
Probably
just
said,
you know.
he probably said to the owner, "Hey, owner, whatever his name is," he probably was like, "You know that wasn't me calling the plays, right?" So,
Right.
I tried to get him to audible. He told me he refused.
I see that the Browns hired somebody else for the defensive coordinator, so Flores is out on that one.
That's because Flores is gonna take that Houston job. Shit.
He better not.
He better not, right?
If he takes that Houston job, he might as well make me and Tony his offensive and defensive coordinators because they're gonna fire us after a year.
They're gonna fire him in 1 year. They definitely gonna fire his butt. They got a history. No way. He better stay away from that job.
Everybody thinks Trey Lance is gonna go to Tennessee because of the new general manager. He came from San Francisco.
That's actually not a bad idea based on the fact that Birdie didn't already put him on the bench. So,
right, literally.
I mean, even if Troy Lance, or I keep on calling Troy, even if Trey Lance comes back healthy next year, and is his name Purdy? I don't want to keep calling him the wrong name.
Purdy, yeah.
And Purdy makes it to the Super Bowl. There's no way you can put him on the bench next year.
There's
no way.
Right. That would be dumb.
No.
Kyle
put him on the
Shanahan
bench.
wouldn't do that.
You would just have a quarterback competition. That's what I would do.
I'm sorry, but I'm
Hey,
going
man.
with
Kyle
I'm going with
Shanahan wouldn't
experience,
do that.
OJ, and he's already played
Me
more
too.
games than Lance has in the 2 years he's been in the NBA. I said NBA, NFL.
Right.
Hey,
Not to mention-
they spent 3 draft picks on Trey Lance. They got to
Hey,
see
wait, hey, what is that you tell me? You win some, you lose some. So
that's why to be a competition. They got, you know.
Why? When your best shot is already between the two, he's proven himself. If he makes it to the Super Bowl, he's proven himself. Between him and Lance.
Yeah.
and it probably will be irrelevant anyway, OJ, because if Purdy gets them to the Super Bowl, you already know they're gonna give him a new deal. And what do you tell me? You don't let the money sit on the bench. So
Yeah, kind of wheel and deal.
I'd be trying to trade Lance for some draft picks. Maybe they can get some draft picks back. You know, trading to Houston so they ain't got to draft a quarterback. Even though Houston already got some pretty good quarterback, but I mean, he ain't no all-star, but he can get the ball
talking about?
downfield.
That Willis kid that they took?
Yeah,
That dude's,
Malik Willis.
that dude's like 2 years away. That's he's not seasoned. He's not ready yet.
Speaking of quarterbacks, where y'all think Derek Carr gonna land?
Ooh,
Oh,
that's a good one.
That's a good question.
And more importantly, when the hell is Baltimore gonna sign Lamar Jackson?
Right, they haven't signed him yet. I know he was injured.
They signed that linebacker instead or whatever, the defensive guy.
Yeah, but
we'll
you know
see
what?
if they sign Lamar.
That's because they're gonna put him on the rookie. I mean, on that they're gonna
Franchise tag?
Franchise
Yeah.
tag, yeah.
If I was
Yeah,
Lamar, I'd
yeah.
say no to that franchise tag. Go
Me
down
too.
to Miami, put Tua on the bench, and just run through them fools every year. That's what I do.
Yep. I'm with you, Cliff.
if they franchise tag him, he's gonna make $45 million. That's more than he's made since he's been in the league because he's on that rookie deal, and I think
Yeah,
he's
but
only made
he's
like $3
still-
True enough, but the franchise tag has a cap. If he goes to a team who has a lot of money, he can get more than what he's worth. But it all depends on the situation too, because I'm not going to a team like the Jets or
Right.
the Titans, or not the
Houston.
Titans, but the Texans,
Right.
or who is another
Why not?
sorry team? Or the
Why not
Vikings.
just
Chicago is another sharp one, but they got their
Yeah, yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah, they
Why
got
not
a
the
quarterback,
Jets?
but yeah.
because all they need is a quarterback. They got the receivers, they got a running back, and they got defense.
Who?
The Jets, just like Miami. Miami, they got the receivers. Their running game is okay because they do running back by committee.
Don't they still got that?
Yeah.
Who the heck is the Jacks? Don't they got the quarterback at the Jets? Ain't it Wilson?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I think you're right.
but he's going. They put him on the bench because he ain't
Yeah.
ready yet. He,
Nope.
He been in the league for 3 years. If he ain't ready by now, he ain't gonna be ready.
Mm-mm.
you know, I mean, that's why they were saying Rodgers because he looks up to Rodgers. That's one of his idols. That's why all these signs point to Rodgers going to the Jets.
Yeah, but does the Jets have the cap room to take on that contract that Rodgers is getting paid right now?
Actually, they do because the quarterback's on their rookie deal. All their stars are on rookie deals.
So what do you give up if you're the Jets for Aaron Rodgers based on the fact that he's almost 40?
Draft picks.
Draft picks. And besides, Rodgers said he wants to play with his boy. You know they need a left tackle, so they go Ben Chiardi. They could use another a receiver. They can sign Randall Cobb too. Pennies on the dollar. It makes sense. It got to make sense to Rodgers though. It makes sense if Rodgers wasn't.
Well, if the Jets plan on doing this, they better get the construction team ready because you know Aaron Rodgers got to have his own locker room.
Oh yeah.
What?
I'm being sarcastic.
That's
just how he comes off to me. He comes off to me as just being arrogant and like he's just the end all be all. Like when I leave here, I'm about to go in my locker room and have my steak and eggs, and y'all better bring me my water bottle. Man, shut up and sit down somewhere.
Yeah,
you put your pants on one leg at a time, just like I do.
But that's Aaron Rodgers, though, Cliff.
Yeah, he got his own team of doctors to come with a vaccinations, even though he got.
Just like they say, Tom Brady to the Dolphins. That would make sense because Tom needs a ready-made team, and they got all the pieces right there. All he needs is a quarterback.
Sure, you don't have to move far. Tampa Bay to Miami is what, 8 hours?
His wife has $100 million. What does he need to worry about cost for? He'll probably keep his house in Tampa and buy another one.
Besides,
but I don't see Tom Brady leaving Tampa though. I really don't see that.
But they say he owns part of the Bucks. I guess that's where they this last contract or whatever. I guess he got some stock or something. He's part owner.
I don't know. Y'all think he retires?
He needs
to. Good.
Yeah. Well, if he leaves Tampa, he should retire.
Right.
There's not another situation. There's not another situation I can see him doing. I'm with you, Quail. I mean, Miami, as much as I'm not a fan of Tua. I think he's an up and coming quarterback, and Tom Brady going down there ain't gonna do nothing but hinder that. Just like OJ said, he came back this year and he was all ready to do this. He comes back, and of course they move the moon for him and come on in. We want you. So at some point you just got to tell him no.
Right.
He got 7 rings. What else he need to do? He already proved he can win without Belichick and being in New England. He already broke every quarterback record there is to break. He ain't doing nothing but chasing himself now. He need to go home.
Yeah.
Go commentate for Fox. Sit down. Oh well, I guess that's all for now. Come back after the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us on Sports Talk Coast to Coast. See you next time.